Hey guys, Jim McCarthy here with JimMcCarthyVoiceovers.com and of course MagicAppleTechnology.com. And excuse me for the scruffiness this morning, because the men in the Magic Apple technology realm are doing the No Shave November thing to raise cancer awareness. So by the end of the month, I should look like a mountain man with a huge beard, because I'll probably look like that by the end of the week. But today, just kind of a rant about personal branding and people thinking about it in terms of, having a gifting, just a tremendous passion in something, and just being paralyzed by, well, I got to think about it. Time's got to be right. Time's got to be perfect. It's got to be the right thing and all this other stuff. And it's like, guys, you're never going to get started that way. I just don't believe that as long as you keep on feeding yourself excuses, it'll never get off the ground. And the reason why I'm bringing this to light, not only because, we hear Gary Vee talking about it, and I love what he says about it, and I believe wholeheartedly in what he says. When you have a passion for something, figure out a way to do it, but just get started. With a friend of mine, I had a conversation with him last night. For the longest time, he's been one of the most gifted, passionate videographers I've ever known here in Nashville. And he and I came from the same circles in terms of videography, which is a strength that I have and I used to pursue a lot more. But there's only so many things that I can do. And here in Nashville, videography has become a race to the bottom type of industry, where anybody with a GoPro or a DSLR can all of a sudden hang a shingle and become a videographer. And it's just, you got to really bring your value proposition to the table. But anyway, he and I talked about a couple of things last night. And in the past, we've always been, I've always encouraged him to just take your gifting and run with it, because he's got a tremendous gifting. We're talking about one of the things that I wanted to start looking into as part of my, I guess, 3 prongs of passions, if you will. And he starts going off about this camera that's out there that's, got one of the most perfect gimbals, and another one of his giftings is this technical knowledge and MacGyver-esque type of ability. And I said, he starts just like a horse off to the races, man, telling me about this camera and all the different attributes and features of it and everything. And I literally took the phone and went, holy dude. And he stopped to take a beat, and I said, would you listen to yourself? I said, you are selling me on this phone, dude. I said, this is the kind of stuff you need to start doing. I said, you need to step out from behind the camera and get in front of it. Don't worry about it looking perfect and sounding perfect and being well lit. Save that for your clients that you do work for. I said, because you can always spin that with saying, I don't have the time to make myself look good because I'm trying to make all my clients look good, but every now and then I got to brand myself, and it lends to your authenticity a little bit. But I just, I encouraged him to just do it. Start. I have so many friends of mine, and you guys know who you are, that have so many great ideas, but you're paralyzed with thinking about it, making sure the time is right, making sure just start. Just go with it, okay? That's one of the things that I kind of, get so frustrated with, even with myself, because I have so many ideas, unfortunately so little time. Which ones do you go with? One of my giftings, and one of the things that I always get out in front of people with, is the fact that I have an ability of looking at a person's situation, whether it's their personal brand or a task that's at hand, and saying, you know what you should do? They busted my balls back when I was in radio about this, back in my Danbury, Connecticut I-95 days, 20 years ago. But I've always had an uncanny ability to look at the outside of someone else's bottle and look at and see their label, if that makes any sense. All of us as entrepreneurs, as business people, have a tough time looking at our own bottle, our label on the side of the bottle, because we know what we're passionate about, but sometimes it's tough to wrap your head around how to go about the public perception of it, the offensive marketing. the branding that goes into making yourself into a brand. Some people get it right off the bat, and it's like building a website. One of my friends who was helping me build a website many years ago, one of my many incarnations of one of many websites I've had over the years, I said, well, I don't want to launch it yet. I don't want to publish yet because it's not, it's not there. And he said to me, he says, Jim, it'll likely never be there. The fact of the matter is you got to get it up and start doing something because they're a work in progress. As is with any brand, any personal brand, it's going to be a work in progress. The thing you're missing is getting going. Take the first step. Create a discipline to take any sort of subject matter that revolves around what it is that you want to be a brand and just talk about it, whether it's in a blog, whether it's in a podcast or a vlog. The thing is just start. The thing about audio blogging, if you have a voice for it, and we've heard Gary Vee in his book, I'm actually listening to his book, Crush It, which there's so many different sections where I'm like, yes! He says, you may not have or think you have some sort of video presence, but you have a personality. Then make it an audio blog. SoundCloud is out there. If maybe you're a better writer. Good. You can edit. You can at least perfect things with a written blog and make it more adept to your own voice. Now with audio and video, not so much. You kind of have to, just do it, much like I am with this, and put it out there. I said, but my thing, I don't really care about having an on-camera presence. I know I kind of have a face for radio, ha ha ha. But I know my strengths are also, they lie in the ability to speak publicly, to convey a message on video such as this. I know those are my strengths, and I don't really give a crap how I look on camera, obviously. I'm working on it. I've turned 40, and basically I'm trying to, do as many steps a day with my Fitbit as I can. Man, that really sounded girly just now. But the fact of the matter is, what I'm trying to get at, and bring this back around, if you have a passion, and deep down inside, man, I can make this something, you're never going to make something of it unless you start somewhere. And that means just freaking do it. Okay? I get so almost angry about it, because so many people just are paralyzed with this. Take the first step. Reach out to me if you need any help. I'm more than happy to talk to you. You can reach me at jimmccarthyvoiceovers.com, and also at Jim McCarthy VOs on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. And just, if you have any questions about branding, that's a lot of what I do. That's my primary gig with Magic Apple Technology. We're Nashville's premier, the best business phone system vendor out there right now. And that's my prime directive with this company, is taking advantage of my 20 plus years of writing ad campaigns and creating ad campaigns for businesses, and making sure Magic Apple is synonymous with business phone systems here in Nashville. So that's what I'm doing for Magic Apple, and you can always follow us there as well, at Magic Apple Tech on Twitter. I'm the guy primarily behind all the external communications regarding that. Of course, on Facebook, Magic Apple Technology, LLC. Crap, you know what? You can reach me at jim@magicappletech.com. I'll put that out there. If you have any questions about branding, okay? Another thing that we're doing inside the phone booth, our podcast. That's a passion of mine. That's something I'm very good at putting together and conducting interviews from my radio days, being on the air. And also producing shows like that on a regular basis for 18 plus years. So everybody has a strength. Everybody has a God-given gift to go ahead and pursue. And like, all these motivational speakers, Gary Vee, Tim Ferriss, you have a finite amount of time to spend on the earth. Why are you going to do it doing something that's bleh? That you need something to take a vacation from. You might as well do something you like doing and figure out a way to make a living at it. And like Gary Vee says, man, it's the easiest time to do something like that. Anyways, rant over, please follow me at Jim McCarthy VOs on Twitter, Facebook, Jim McCarthy Voiceovers, or just find my main page if you like, however you want to reach out to me. Thank you, and subscribe, damn it. See you.